Hi, everyone. I'd like to thank all of our travel agent partners and guests for attending this pre-recorded webinar on our upcoming Women of the World tour for solo women to Japan. Thank you for attending. I think many of you know me. My name is Linda Khanna. I opened Women of the World Travel in 2018 because there was a real need for solo women to travel together, feel safe, and know that they can go to some of the world's most beautiful countries without having to worry about finding a travel companion. And for that reason, we launched Women of the World. Today, we're going to talk about who we are, past trips we've done, and we're going to go through our exciting 2027 tour to Japan. So sit back, enjoy, and let your dreams begin. These tours that we've designed are professionally curated tours, women to women, single or married, divorced, no judgment. The prerequisite is you must love to travel. We use only superior first-class accommodation or boutique hotels suited for solo women who travel, and also luxury tents, depending on the destination, in central parts of each location. We also support giving back to the local communities we visit and making a direct impact. And of course, sustainability and responsible tourism are some of our pillars. Who are our guests and what sets us apart? Our guests are all ages, but most people between 40, 60. We've had people in their 70s, 80s, and we've even had mothers, daughters, granddaughters, so women traveling together. Single, widowed, divorced, or married, but they enjoy a separate vacation from their spouses. Many times that makes their marriages so much stronger. They also prefer our tours to traveling on their own because they love the camaraderie and the security of our small groups. They also love the fact that they don't have to do anything but show up and let the adventure begin. Some come with friends, some travel solo, some mother-daughters, repeat clients, many repeat clients, because they know they can trust us. We've been around since 1987, and that trust is very important. The other thing, too, is, as I mentioned earlier, we welcome all of our travel agent partners who have believed in Tourcan Vacations and Women of the World since they started. Here you'll experience self-awareness, perspective, openness, and you'll leave your comfort zone many times, facing your fears, surrounded by like-minded ladies who connect, support, and laugh together. You'll build confidence, conquer your fears, and have immersive, transformative experiences. This is a picture of some of the gals on a recent trip to Zanzibar. We had so much fun, and oh yes, there was wine in our hands. You're just not seeing it. Want to know a secret? Let's sit back and see why these small tours sell out so quickly and have so many repeat customers, and what lies ahead in 2027. Today, I have curated this wonderful tour, Enchanting Japan. It's taken me quite a few months to put together to get exactly what I feel would make a trip of a lifetime for those of you who wish to travel with us. This tour will be 22nd of September to the 3rd of October, 11 days and 12 nights. This tour visits some of the most important and off the beaten track hidden gems in Japan, 7 different destinations. Japan is a country, I think, which is perfectly suited for solo travel. Today we dream together, tomorrow we make it happen. This is a once-in-a-lifetime trip. Let's share it together. Why Japan? We're going to understand why Japan is such a perfect destination for solo travelers, what we'll cover, and how our curated bespoke tours set us apart from other companies. We've chosen September to go September, October to go into Japan over cherry blossom time. And why? Spring is the cherry blossoms. You see the beautiful pink color. They're gorgeous. They get all the fame. But autumn Koyo, which is the red leaf season, is just as breathtaking with far fewer crowds. Also, the temperatures settle into comfortable 60s and 70s, which is perfect for walking, sightseeing, long lingering lunches, relaxation, and a lot of zen. September brings the Grand Sumo Tournament to Tokyo and harvest festivals that usher in crisp golden light. It's a perfect postcard moment to travel to Japan. Weather in September and October when our trip is leaving is a comfortable 21 to 27 degrees in the daytime and 17 to 13 degrees in October. So crisp, mild, often clear skies, classic autumn, less rain, and perfect for sightseeing. Another reason we've chosen Japan for this tour is the safest place you'll ever travel alone. Japan is ranked number 3 on the Global Peace Index for safety for solo travelers. It's only preceded by Switzerland and Iceland, number 1 and 2. And to me, they're all extremely safe. You'll find out later why. Japan also has 24/7 convenience stores at every corner. They're safe havens at any hour, well lit, and more than just a convenience store as you know it in North America. They offer gourmet meals, all types of other features. And near zero harassment incidents. Totally safe where we can stroll, enjoy, and laugh together. Tokyo is the most populated metropolitan area in the world. This is some fun facts about Japan. You'll get to walk through these crowded streets and the neon lights, which are famous for many Hollywood movies, and also capsule hotels originated in Japan. When I first saw these capsule hotels, I thought, oh my God, this is a scene out of a morgue or something, but they're extremely popular and extremely affordable. If you just want to grab a night's sleep, this is how you could keep your costs down. But of course, we'd never use a capsule hotel on a Women of the World tour. Here are some of the things you'll fall in love with when you visit Japan. Bowing is an art form. A little nod goes a long way, and you'll find yourself bowing when you come back home. When I went to Thailand, everyone was doing the salutations, and I got back home from Thailand, I was doing the same. Same with Japan. It's a very respectful culture. Lost wallets get returned. Not only lost wallets, but cash. We've had several clients over the years who have gone to Japan and lost their wallets. Some even left a $20 bill behind and they've gotten it back. Beautiful stories to be shared on the safety and culture of Japan. Train stop on the dot. Experiencing the fast trains in Japan is certainly a highlight, and you'll be doing that as well. And as I mentioned earlier, convenience stores are magic. The konbini shops serve gourmet meals, fresh pastries, and even allows you to ship your luggage ahead, which again, you don't have to worry about on this tour because we'll be doing it for you. Slurping is a compliment. When you're slurping, enjoy your noodles. Slurp away. It's considered a compliment to the host. Another thing you won't find in Japan is a 4th floor. We have our 13th floor superstitions here in North America. There it is, the 4th floor. A little bit of fun facts on Japan. One of the things I love about Japan is amano and tashi, hospitality from the heart. Again, embedded into the fabric of Japan, more than a service. Amantanashi means anticipating a guest's needs before they're spoken, a philosophy of genuine, selfless care that shapes every interaction of Japan, from the Roken hosts where you'll be staying to the staff at a train station. You'll feel it the moment you land. A country that eats with its eyes first. We've all heard of sushi. Here on this tour, not only will you be experiencing sushi, you'll be making it yourself. We include a sushi cooking class, and surf away on your ramen, and your soba and udon noodles is very much accepted. And sake. You'll explore sake tasting in the ancient breweries of Kamiyaka, again, hidden gem, which we'll talk about later. Onsen's another Japanese word, which means the art of slowing down. You've all heard of tree bathing, especially over those dark COVID years. Well, tree bathing came from Japan, and this ties directly, onsen, the art of slowing down, is where you'll experience these mountain baths, because Japan sits on a volcanic landscape rich with natural hot springs, and bathing is one of a centuries-old ritual of relaxation and renewal. It's very important to pick the right ryokan with the right privacy and views to make this experience memorable. And you'll be staying in a Hakone hotel featuring its own open-air bath with sweeping views over the volcanic valley. It's really, really a memorable, unforgettable experience, and the ultimate way to unwind. Now, why travel this way? Why these small groups? Sure, you could go on your own, you could figure everything out, you could get lost. The most important parts of our trips, which I mentioned earlier, how they are designed, is instant community. You're traveling with 10 to 15 kindred spirit women who share your same love of discovery, friendship, and often they often outlast the trip itself. I have many repeat guests that have become friends since 2018 when I opened Women of the World, and it's really a sense of community. You have nothing to plan. You're busy at your job. You're busy looking after your aging parents. You might be busy dealing with children, whatever is going on in your life. Do you need to have to plan the details that go into a trip like this? This, for me, as a seasoned traveler, has taken me months to get it exactly how I would want to offer it to my ladies and future clients for a trip of a lifetime, and total peace of mind. Another key point of all my trips is an English-speaking guide who travels with you throughout, so you're never alone. Not only that, but I will be hosting this trip as well, so you'll have a tour escort from Canada who can help you with any issues not related to on the ground in Japan, as well as an English-speaking guide the entire time. Wonderful way to have a bucket list trip. Let's just look at some sample costs in Japan. Konbini coffee is like $1.30 Canadian. What is konbini coffee? Well, in all those 7-Eleven stores that are every corner, you get fresh bean coffee made in machines, and it's actually delicious, a lot different than what we get here in North America, and very affordable. A bowl of ramen will cost you about $8, and again, 900 yen. Yen is a local currency there. A glass of sake is about $6.15 Canadian, and a mid-range dinner about $35 Canadian. So very good prices, sample prices. Going in September, as I mentioned earlier, you're there for something special. The Grand Sumo Tournament is happening in September in Tokyo, and your itinerary includes an exclusive sumo stable visit to watch authentic training up close. And let me tell you, this is really something. Our groups that come back from Tokyo and they post their pictures with these sumo wrestlers, not only will you be visiting a live training stable, but you'll get to pose with these wrestlers and learn how important the sumo wrestling culture is. It's also the Mid-Autumn Moon Festival and autumn colors at their peak. Great time to be visiting. Now let's sit back and go through our day-by-day journey, briefly but immersively. 12 days, 7 regions, and a story that builds beautifully from Tokyo's energy to Osaka's joyful farewell. 7 regions, 1 unforgettable story. Your journey begins in Tokyo with the neon energy, the ancient shrines, and the sumo and sushi. On to Hakone in the mountains, volcanic mountains for the hot springs, the Mount Fuji views, the lake cruise, and the Kaseki dining, which you'll be experiencing. On to the hidden gem city of Takayama and Kanazawa, where you'll be traveling on train to see the preserved old towns, the sake, and the gardens. Over to Kyoto and Nara, the temples, the geisha culture that we all know Japan for its geisha, and the great Buddha. Hiroshima, a Miyajima, where you'll learn about the peace, history, and the floating Torii Gate, which we'll get into later. And finally, Osaka, the famous castle, the street food, and the vibrant nightlife. Let's start in Tokyo, Japan's electric capital, where ancient shrines and sit minutes from neon-lit crossings, and your journey begins. I've chosen the hotel Nara Tokyo for the first 3 nights to help you get over jet lag, stay in the same hotel, and a superior double room. I chose this property for this group because it's a serene, modern, Japanese-style retreat built around 4 tranquil gardens with waterfalls, moments from the train station, yet a world away from the city's bustle. Yet you can walk everywhere from this hotel, but you still have that Zen feeling when you're within the hotel for 3 nights. So your first night, you will arrive, no matter where you arrive from, whether it's Canada, US, or even anywhere else in the world. If you want to offer this tour to friends you might know who live in Europe and beyond to join you, that's another opportunity to get together with friends that you know from a distance. And we provide private transfers for all arrivals on the 23rd of September. If you're coming in earlier or later than the start date, transfers are arranged on your own, but we can often help you with that and give you suggestions. So when you arrive, the first thing that will happen is you will be met by a local representative for Women of the World Tour-Can Vacations and taken to your hotel, where you will meet me, or I might be on the same flight as some of you, I'll be with you. And from there, you'll have chance to relax, unwind, and any night that we don't have a group dinner planned, I will be picking a restaurant with the help of my guide, as well as feedback from my group, where we can all go together and have separate bills for those that wish to go, so that you're never on your own. Day 2, the 23rd, is when you're going to have your Tokyo highlights experience, still getting over jet lag. Today you've got breakfast and lunch included, and you'll be waking up early to see the sumo wrestlers who train early in the morning. And then we go to the famous Meiji Shrine, the tranquil forest setting, and the youthful energy of Takeshita Street, the busiest street in the world, and the Shibuya Crossing, and the Hachiko statue. So you're getting the tranquil and the busy all together. And your tour finishes with a beautiful stroll through the Ino Park and Shinjuku Goyen Gardens. And you'll have lunch at a local place in Tokyo, and then I will arrange a dinner for those interested so we can all be together. And if you're not interested, you can go back to your hotel and relax. The next day, day 3, we're on to Tokyo's cultural and culinary highlights. Today we have breakfast and lunch included. This is when you will actually get to we'll visit the local outer markets of fresh seafood, and we will go up to Tokyo Sky Tree, this famous tower in Tokyo for sweeping panoramic views from the Sky Tree. And one of the things about the Sky Tree is many times the visit to the top is not included. And if you wait to the last minute, it's crowded, it takes time. So it's really great to be part of a group where this is stitched right into the day's activities to make it easy for everyone. This is where you'll have your sushi making experience with a professional chef and then get to enjoy what you eat. So a real immersive experience to laugh with the other women. And then just wander around, get back to our hotel, not too late to enjoy the tranquility there as well. The next day, we will be departing from Tokyo and we will be moving by private transport to Hakone. Hakone is the mountain escape of volcanic valleys, lake cruises, and Japan's most cherished hot spring tradition. A beautiful, beautiful part of Japan. And it's about an hour and a half transfer to Hakone. And once you get into Hakone, your meals would be your breakfast today and your famous kaseki style dinner in the evening. This is a beautiful day, day 4. Once we travel, we check out of our hotel in Tokyo with our luggage and we're transferred to Hakone. We will start with a scenic Lake Ashi cruise. And this is where you'll see the mountain ranges and the famed Mount Fuji. Lots of pictures, especially with the autumn colors. We take you on the Hakone ropeway, which is a cable car, but no ordinary cable car. It goes right through the sulfur volcanic valley, famous for sulfur vents, hot springs, and black eggs. It's a spectacular cable car ride. And in the evening, you'll get to experience an exquisite traditional kaseki-style dinner. Kaseki is for this region in Japan. It's like an artesian-style dinner of many different tastings and different foods. That's really something to see when you're there. And it's served in multiple courses, and it's really, really a great evening together. I've chosen the Hotel Hakone Kawaki and Tinyu Hotel for one night. One thing to mention on this tour, in order to see these hidden gems and have these authentic experiences, there will be 3 separate one-night stays. So packing light, as light as you can, is always a huge advantage. But this Hotel Hakone is a Roken-style hotel where every room includes its own private air bath, an ultimate way to soak in mountain views and get ready for your dinner in the evening. A beautiful day, even though it's only one night. It's a night you'll all remember and a night that will make us feel 20 years younger. Day 5, we'll check out of our hotel in Hakone, and this is where we get to experience the famous Hakone to Takayama train via the town of Nagoya. And you've heard about the trains. They're super fast. They're on time to the minute, and they're silent and quiet. And this scenic Shinkansen rail would transfer you to the Odawara station. So again, getting around from these different places, you've got to have transfers take you to where the trains go with your luggage. That's all included. And we take you to Nagoya, where you transfer to Takayama. Once we get to Takayama, your journey begins there with an immersive walk through the gorgeous gardens and the preserved old town of wooden streets and artisan shops. And here you see how, like, the one thing I would like to point out about this excursion is once we leave Hakone, I recommend we check our main bags, which I don't recommend a huge bag, but maybe a mid-sized bag to meet us in Tokyo. And we pack like a overnight bag or like a carry-on little spinner suitcase for 2 nights for our 2 next nights, so that our luggage goes right on to Kyoto and we only have to worry about those 2 nights with a little carry-on. Taking our big suitcases on the train can sometimes be cumbersome. And that would be what we would do there. And when we arrive in Takayama, you're going to step back in time through perfectly preserved Edo-era streets, sake breweries, and mountain artisan culture. In Takayama, you will get to experience your sake making and tasting and breweries within Takayama. Many people who have been to Takayama mention it is a hidden gem overlooked by many companies. And this is something that I think you'll be very, very happy with. The hotel I've chosen here is the Hira Takayama for one night, and it's a contemporary, comfortable hotel in the heart of the Hida Mountains, overlooking these beautiful ranges, and it's an easy walk to the Takayama historic town. You can have a chance to relax, be together, and enjoy. The next day becomes another adventure where we will be traveling from Takayama to Shirakawa-go to Kanazawa. Now, Shirakawa-go is where the famous thatched roofs are, and Kanazawa is another big city, but a beautiful spot to see. Today, your meals will be breakfast and lunch. We are serving lunch in a local mountain restaurant to immerse yourself with the culture and the people and the mountain food. And again, a great day for you. Kanazawa, one of Japan's most celebrated gardens. It has a preserved samurai quarter and the gateway to the thatched roofs of Shirakawa-go. And again, time-wise, from Odawara to Nagoya is about an hour and 20 minutes. And then from Nagoya to Takayama is about 2 hours and 20 minutes. So the total travel time is about 3 hours and 45 minutes on the train. And it's a very scenic train as well. When we arrive at our hotel in Kanazawa, we'll be staying at the Hotel Nikko. You can see this is quite a big city. And this is an elegant high-rise hotel directly connected to Kanazawa Station. It's sophisticated comfort after a day in the gardens, a day on the train, and you'll experience the gardens and the rich history of this town, this city. Day 7, we go onwards from Kanazawa to Kyoto. This is where you'll have your breakfast and your dinner included. And the key points here is you're going to be able to explore the samurai district and the charming geisha district. You'll get to see the geishas, learn the geisha culture, and even dress in a geisha outfit. And you'll visit the iconic Fushimi Inari Shrine, where you can see all these red torii gates, which I'll talk about in a minute. And the iconic, this is something in itself, just for photographs and getting there at sunset when there's not so many people and all these torii gates. What a torii gate is it's basically passing from the busy outside world into the spiritual world on the other side. Very much a part of Japan culture. And here we've included a beautiful dinner and the Meiko cultural experience. So dinner and show would be on the books for that night in Kyoto. Day 7 and 9, we're going to be in Kyoto, the soul of traditional Japan. Thousands of these torii gates, the Golden Pavilion, geisha culture, and a day trip to ancient Nara, which is often left out of a lot of itineraries. Here I've chosen the DoubleTree by Hilton for 3 nights. Singles will have a king room. Doubles will have 2 double beds. And I've chosen this property for its modern comfort in the heart of Kyoto's atmospheric district, where you can walk everywhere to the tea houses, restaurants, and a very safe hotel, very centrally located. You're here for 3 nights. On day 8, you're going to have breakfast and brunch, and you're going to be in Kyoto, marveling at the Golden Pavilion, the historic temples overlooking the city. You have a relaxed lunch featuring regional Kyoto cuisine, and in the afternoon, you go to the famous bamboo grove and a traditional rickshaw ride through the scenic district. These bamboo forests are featured. You've seen many pictures of them, and being able to walk through them, you'll get a real sense of zen, tranquility, calm, and wow experiences. The next day, we take you on this full day Nara excursion. Breakfast and lunch is included on this day. And what is Nara? The key points. You're going to be in a private coach transfer from Kyoto to the ancient capital and back. You're going to visit the famous temple, home to the great Buddha, one of the great sites of Japan. It's a very significant landmark. And you go through the peaceful walk through the Kasuga Teisha Shrine, famed for hundreds of stone and bronze lanterns. Something you can just spend a lot of time in, and you'll see all types of deer and wildlife roaming around. They'll come right up and eat from your hand. It's a great day, very historic, very moving, and very unique. Next, we're going to be traveling to Hiroshima and the island of Miyajima. This is a profound day of history and reflection, followed by one of Japan's most photographed icons rising from the sea, which is the Torii Gate right here. Miyajima is an island. There are over 6,700 islands in Japan, Japan being one of them, and Miyajima is one of those largest islands, aside from Japan itself. Day 10, we're at Hiroshima, Miyajima Island. The meals included our breakfast and lunch. This is a day of reflection and also a day of total wonder. We'll be taking the Shinkansen train again from Kyoto to Hiroshima, and we visit the Moving Peace Memorial Park and Museum, reflecting on history and resilience. Round trip ferry to the Miyajima Island for the iconic floating Torii Gate and the shrine, and then on by train to Osaka. One thing I want to mention about that museum, groups that have come back from Japan have all told me they really wish they had more time in this museum. The history is unbelievable. And the Torii Gate in the middle of the water, iconic symbol of Hiroshima. So the beauty of Hiroshima and also the history. A very, very wonderful day, a must-see when you are in Japan. Day 11 and 12, we're onward to Osaka on the train. This is Japan's food capital and the perfect joyful finale. This is where you'll be seeing the castle grounds, street food, and a city that never stops smiling. A very youthful, vibrant city. Osaka is a wonderful spot. You're going to spend your final 2 nights of this tour at the DoubleTree by Hilton in Osaka. I've chosen this hotel because it's directly on the river and it's facing towards the famous Osaka Castle. What a perfect spot. And this is a stylish home base for our final days exploring this capital. The next day, we're taking you on a half-day city and e-bike experience where you're going to visit the castle that you're viewing from your hotel and the beautiful gardens surrounding it, and time to explore the Domonbori district, which are neon signs, street food, and an irresistible youthful energy. Then we take a guided bicycle ride along Osaka's neighborhoods and scenic riverside paths. So many things to see here. If any of you are nervous about riding an e-bike, they're extremely comfortable and easy. And once you get hooked, you'll probably go back home and buy one for yourself. Your breakfast is included today, and you'll have a chance to sample all the different street foods along the sides of the streets, which everyone will enjoy. Day 12, with tears in our eyes, after our breakfast, it is time to say farewell. A relaxed final morning for last-minute packing and souvenir shopping. We assist all of our guests with the private transfer to Osaka International Airport, and you can depart with 12 days of memories and new friendships to last a lifetime. One thing I want to mention to you, and we'll get into this in the next slide, I want to talk about everything you need to know to go on this trip. Currency, packing, practical details, and airfare. Also post-tours as well. Understanding the Japanese yen. 1,000 yen is about 880 Canadian. 20,000 is about $176. So, of course, exchange rates fluctuate daily. The yen has dropped quite a bit in comparison with other years, so it's more affordable now than it was years ago. And 1 Canadian dollar is worth about 115 yen as of today. Japan remains a partially cash-based society. Keep some yen on hand for temple souvenirs, street food, small shops, and local markets, but credit cards are widely accepted at hotels, department stores, restaurants, and all major cities. If you're going off the beaten path to some of these hidden gems, you'll want to have some cash with you. 7-Eleven's ATMs are the most reliable for foreign exchange withdrawals for the yen. If any of you have a Wise bank account, that again, you can deposit yens into that, and we're always there to help you with your currency exchange. But we don't recommend you changing your money at the airport, as the exchange rate is much higher than ATM machines. Plugs, adapters, and voltage. Good news, exactly the same as back home. So you do not need to have an adapter. I always carry one with me just in case, but especially if you're going to do the post tour afterwards, which I'll talk about later, but the same electrical currency in Japan. Documents and entry requirements. Canadian citizens do not require a visa to enter Japan. If you have any friends who'd like to join you from other countries, check with me and I'll let you know what they need. But for Canadians, we do not need a visa. You do need a passport, and the passport must be valid for 6 months after your return date. As far as blank pages are concerned, you need 2 blank pages side by side. So some countries require a lot more, but we only need 2 side by side. And travel insurance. I highly recommend travel insurance. I recommend this because it's actually mandatory. I want everybody to purchase travel insurance because you never know what's going to happen. And I can help you with this, or if you have your own, just let me know which company it's with, especially medical insurance. Because I was skiing in Italy back in March. This year I'm an advanced skier, I like to think I am. I had a freak accident on a beginner hill skiing down after lunch where my binding pre-released. Long story short, I broke my leg. That would have cost me, well, just the business ticket alone to let me fly home was $6,000 plus the trauma center and everything else. Thank God I had travel insurance. You never know what's going to happen. And cancellation insurance, that's all that we can help you with, or your travel agent partners can more than help you with. How do you reserve your spot? Very simple. Complete the booking registration form on womenoftheworldtravel.net. You'll see the booking form. $1,000 Canadian non-refundable deposit per person will reserve your spot on this exclusive departure. Final payment is due 60 days before departure, and then all that's left is to pack your bags. Once you pay your full deposit or your full payment 60 days prior, the tour is non-refundable because we're paying the hotels, we're paying the trains, we're paying the guides. So this is where we can talk about cancellation insurance as well. Let's talk about the costs. You can see these are very competitively priced. 10 to 14 ladies will be $10,995 Canadian. 15 to 20 ladies is $9,995 Canadian. Once we reach our 10 women maximum, we will only go as high as 15. Even though we can accommodate 20, this tour will sell out at 15. So that's a promotion for you to push this tour to some of your friends, family, and people who you think might be interested, because once we reach that magical 15 number, all of you will get $1,000 discount on the price per person based on 2 people sharing. The single supplement is $2,295. Again, we keep our single supplements low. We do not mark them up. They're directly the cost of the hotel because we've tried to keep them within the 20-25% mark. We know a lot of ladies want their own rooms, and we want to keep it as affordable as possible. The other thing I've done on this trip is I have blocked 10 rooms, allowing many to have their own rooms. What used to happen in previous tours is I would block enough rooms for 10 to 15 people based on double, and then I sometimes have to really struggle to get the additional single rooms when more single people came than other. People often ask me, what about if I want to share, but I don't have anyone to share with, but I want to share for a cost perspective, which I fully understand. We do not we do not guarantee a roommate share program, but I certainly would watch out for you. We have matched people up in the past quite successfully, and on my last trip to Thailand, on the room share program, I found two ladies that wished to share. I introduced them to each other long before the tour started. They got in touch and they roomed together, and they are friends to this day. So again, there's an opportunity, and there's something I will certainly work with any of you or your travel agent partners on. The other thing we offer, because a lot of our guests are repeat guests, is a 5% discount based on the double room rate for any repeat guests. So if you are traveling solo and you've traveled with us before, your discount will be on the double price, not on the single supplement. And again, we talk about insurance. What's included and what's not? Of course, included, a big asset for you is a Canadian host throughout the trip will be with you. If you pick the same flights as I'm flying out on, you'll be with me on the flights. Otherwise, you'll be meeting me in destination. All private airport transfers, 11 nights, 4-star hotel, well-picked hotels that give you a 5-star experience at a 4-star price, breakfast daily, 5 lunches, and 2 dinners, sightseeing and entrance fees as per the itinerary. This is a key thing right here. English-speaking guide throughout the entire journey. We'll be with an English guide and the same person. He'll be with us the whole time. All our rail, ferry tickets and private transfers and luggage delivery on key transfer dates. What's not included? International airfare, which we're going to talk about in a minute. To book your international airfare, we have a very qualified airline consolidated air desk. If you're booking through your travel agents, they can more than help you with your airfare. Any meals not listed in the itinerary, which I mentioned, we always would set up a group dinner and advise everyone through a WhatsApp chat that they can join or not join, so that those that want to be together will never be on their own. And those that want some downtime and maybe room service in their room or a granola bar because they overate at lunch, that's your perspective as well. We don't want to overfeed people. I find when I include 3 meals a day, you're paying for that. And at the end of the day, the trip is more expensive and you're not hungry for many of the meals that you've paid for. So that's why every day I've either got a breakfast and a lunch or a breakfast and a dinner, except for travel days. Optional sightseeing and activities, hotel porterage, unless mentioned, gratuities and travel insurance. Let's talk a moment about gratuities. Japan is a culture that doesn't tip. However, our guide does expect a tip. So we will talk about that later towards when we're talking about the group is all settled. We know everybody that's going. I want to talk about airfare. And this is important because the trip starts in Tokyo and it ends in Osaka. Right now, the airfares for September are not yet published. However, Air Canada flies direct. It's a 13-hour flight to Tokyo and out of Osaka. However, local knowledge, what I recommend, if you want to save money on your airfare, and also if you'd like to join me on an optional post-tour to Korea, a more affordable option for your airfare would be to fly to and from Tokyo. What we can do then is transfer you from Osaka on the train, the high-speed bullet train, from Osaka directly to Narita Airport in Tokyo. It's about $190. And the airfare economy class, the difference between flying into Tokyo and out of Osaka as opposed to and from Tokyo, it's about $1,200 less. So I just had my professional photographer lead a group to Japan last week. He just got home and he took everybody on the high-speed train back into Tokyo. So that's something that I would recommend to everybody. And also, what I want to talk about now is your Japan story is waiting to begin. 12 days, 7 regions, a lifetime of memories, and a group of women who will become your friends along the way. Here's a few pictures of my professional photographer. I could have given you a whole book of just his pictures. He just came back last week. Here he is posing with the 2 sumo wrestlers, the geisha girls, and the beautiful gardens and the thatched roofs in where you will be staying. Let's talk about post tours now. Post tours, we are planning a post tour to Korea. This will not be part of WOW. It's just some women feel that they want to stay a bit longer if they're going all that way and they want to see Korea. So if you are interested in that on the form, just mention or just reach out to me and we can talk about that because that will affect your airfare. So with that, I want to once again thank everyone for attending this webinar. Open it up for questions and then hope that many of you decide to join us and meet that magic 15 number. One of the questions that came from one of our guests, a repeat client, was about luggage. Probably the best way to pack for this trip would be to pack a mid-sized suitcase, as I mentioned earlier, and a spinner carry-on. And try to pack as light as possible with light clothes that wash easily and comfortable walking shoes. Any more questions? Just put them in the chat because you're all muted. Okay, once again, everyone, thank you for your time. Thank you to our travel agent partners, and let's see you in Japan. Have a wonderful day.